5 minutes.
Yeah. Take your time. Let's see. I gotta make sure everything's fired properly.
User disconnected from your channel.
FNAF Dark Tide Mission Dev and DayZ. Even though that's the go live notification, I think I already passed that or parsed that through. Joy. All right, give me 1 second, because FNF is starting earlier than usual. Because I think they have a lessened player count today. I was already only planning to cover rounds 1 and 2. Simply because I've got plans in the evening to play some DayZ and stream it, but with the lessened player count, it might be even quicker, so I might sneak in some DayZ in the middle. So just give me 1 moment. Up for defending, I'll tie it to 15 minutes. And then I need to disable sound here. Yeah, because usually they don't start till like another 5 or 10 minutes, so... Alright, it's fine. We'll take it as we can go. But anyway, guys, how are you all doing? Wee Woo here. I've been spending the day, admittedly, reading a book and doing a little bit of footage editing. Speaking of that, I need to check one more thing to make sure I have enough space. I don't. Alright, I gotta delete that thing. I edited up all the Dark Tide footage from last night, got 11 good minutes of highlights. I'm actually debating posting some of them on our Reddit account and the Dark Tide Reddit page, whatever the hell it's called. Never used Reddit before, but just because I want to get some of the footage out there, but, you know, being a YouTuber, it's a lot more... If I were to post it on YouTube, then my algorithm would die, but I digress. Let's go ahead and go over the mission. Dream will be joining me. He has to restart his computer, though, because something broke. But otherwise, I'll be covering rounds 1 and 2 to basically get all that going. Then I will leave it to Dream to cover round 3, and I will make sure that DayZ's ready to go for 7 o'clock tonight. Otherwise... Let's go ahead and cover the background for round 1 here. Mission made by Sam. Background, having successfully broken through the VDV, the Grozovians aim their sights at the forest area west of the newly taken positions. Fighting around this area has been quite heavy, with lots of artillery going back and forth between the two forces. The Russians have chosen to be more static and have set up many trench lines. I'm assuming there's meant to be an S there. While the Grozovians have decided to be more maneuverable. Grozovians plan to take advantage of the first snowfall of the year to launch another surprise attack, with the objective being the forward operating base located in the opening north of the main Russian defensive line. This line, they have asked this time they have asked one of the foreign units that is operating the area to join them in the assault. Using the heavy snowfall and fog, the Rozovians will try to close the distance as much as possible before they launch their attack. Give me 1 second. The music stopped. Why did the music stop? There we go. Alright, that's the music back on. Anyway, area of operations. There are trenches marked on the map in black. Camo nets on the trenches are invincible. There are mines in the marked areas in red. Notes, there are crates next to teleport poles that have WP NVGs. What's WP?
Oh, Willie Pete.
Yeah. I don't think that would work. See, that's what I thought too, but then I saw NVGs. I don't think Willie Pete NVGs would be...
It would be really funny, though.
How did... Okay.
Did you see that post recently of like a bunch of crypto bros who went to that party and got like UV burnt?
No. What?
A bunch of like crypto people went to a party and got like UV burns because they were using.
What does this have to do with FNF?
Because I kind of think about it. If you did MVGs and Willie Pete, it would be the same result. We would turn most of the player base blind. And I want to do that. Anyway, continue.
You are a sadistic little bastard. You know that? Mission rules, you may not reuse any of the mines that have been defused in the red area. Fair enough. And as I say that, a mine goes off and kills 5 people. Anyway, game mode is add sector. There's only 1 sector in the play today. Both sides are going to be fighting for sector 1, which is this little oval in the larger red circle. The larger red circle is the op for spawn area. This is the minefield. We've got green for spawn and blue for spawn points in various areas. I'm assuming they can move forces forward to try to maneuver around. But we basically have these trench lines here that are boxed in. Looks like Op4 can also teleport to those, and you just have a lot of forces that can come in on various different sides. How ad sector works is, since this is only one sector, both sides are going to be fighting for this one sector here. The attackers, they need to get a number advantage in the sector and hold that number advantage for, I think, 90 seconds total. If they do that, they win. If the attackers wipe all the defenders, they also win. If the defenders are able to hold on for the entire 50-minute round, they win. If the defenders are able to kill all the defenders, they also win. But otherwise, once the sector is taken, sector cannot be retaken. The only other thing I can think of explaining is, since this is a one-sector fight, if the attackers are in the sector trying to, and it's actively being counted down, and the timer extends, overtime will kick in, and the game will end once the that countdown has been resolved, either it counting to 0 and the sector being taken, or someone being killed and the sector timer stops. In the event the attackers have people leave the sector as it's being taken or get killed off in the sector's timer will pause and then reset upon the attackers having the number advantage in the sector once again. And how the sector is taken is determined by number advantage. So if the attackers send 5 people in, the defenders have 6 people in, the sector won't be taken. But if the attackers bring in 2 more, so there's 7 people, and there's still 5 defenders in the sector, then the timer will start counting down. That math might not work in my head, but basically, you know what I'm going for. I might have gotten one too many there. But regardless, let's go ahead and break out our mission variables here. I'm quickly looking through. I don't see an Echo on either side, so we don't have to cover map because Echo has the medium anti-tank. Otherwise, mission variables here. Render distance is a kilometer. No magnified optics, yes to NVG equipment, and defender build points is 125, which is the standard amount of 4 to 5 points given on most matches. They also have a few searchlights to work with, but otherwise this is pretty much infantry only. Otherwise, we'll start with Op4 since we're here. Op4 are your modern Russian EMR camouflage kits. They're going to have modernized AK-74s or an AKS, and if you were here to watch OFCRA yesterday, you know how powerful that weapon is. I swear I'm not even saying it in jest anymore. Someone got 14 kills with one. It was funny. Otherwise, MP443 Grotches as their handguns. Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie's auto riflemen get the RPK. Delta medium machine gunners get the PKP. Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie's light anti-tank get an RPG with, I believe, 2 warheads. Crew and aviation doesn't matter because there's no crew and aviation slots. They have... that's funny. It's not usable, but that's funny. And then they also have a single searchlight. That's great. All right, Op4's uniforms are going to be U.S. Marines. Ah, yes, the foreign help. With the choice of M27s or M4A1s, M9 Berettas as their handguns. Let me look and see who is it. So it's Charlie. So Charlie's auto rifleman's going to get the M249. There's no M240s because there's no Delta. Light anti-tank's going to be single shot disposable M136, and there's no crew and aviation slots right there. They also added flashlights. Interesting. No assets and no crew-served weapons. Looking at Blue 4, uniforms are going to be the Grozovian kits made by Maz for this specific campaign. Loadout's going to be M16A4s or M4A1s or TAR 21s if they're feeling Chad-like. I don't really know how to upscale that weapon. Glock 17s. Yeah. Huh?
I made it. I'm in.
You used the TAR 21?
Oh, you know what? I wasn't talking about that, but the TAR-21s are fucking great guns.
I see. Here's a cookie dream.
Yay.
They're cowboy cookies, so they have oatmeal in them.
Ew, I want chocolate.
No, you're not smart enough for that. Anyway.
Papa.
I should have sold you the Malin to play on the ground today. Anyway, Blue 4 have Glock 17s as their handguns. Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie get the RPK. Medium machine gunners and Delta get the PKP, and I do see Delta right there. Light anti-tank's going to be M136, and there's no crew and aviation slots. Otherwise, let's go ahead and go over the roster. I'm going to go ahead and go over Delta's first, or excuse me, Op4's first. It is Pierce commanding with Fonz as the 2IC, Meerkat as the platoon medic.
Whoa.
Norris is going to be Alpha's team lead because he has the GL, but it looks like I think he took that on purpose. It's the 2IC, excuse me, because the primary squad leader doesn't get the GL, but I guess he just took that because he could. Inara being the marksman, that is going to be an SVD. Iqbal going to be the group's medic. Rabino leading Bravo. with Stein also acting as a 2IC because he gets that GL. Bestafar being... Oh, wait, no, there is no... Okay, so Alpha is just a 3-man team. Interesting. Guess they're going to work as a marksman team with a medic. Neat. I guess also a scouting element would also work because they have the LR with Norris. That's an interesting choice. Let me check that real quick. Yeah, he does. Huh. All right, we'll go with it. Rubino is being the Bravo squad lead. He has the non-GL version. Stein's going to be the 2IC. Bestafar being the marksman, and McDeed being the medic. Vander Hooge leading Bravo 1 with Max. Dr. Kronko? Interesting. Fragonar, Valoros, Ale, and Zero Melody. No Bravo 2. Charlie has merged everyone together. It is Nemesis leading Azariah, Major Khan, Yanni, Iander, Cullis, Malin, Flying Fin, Bayant. That's an interesting name to see with Scandi. And Captain Morgan. And then Delta has just another team. It's going to be a 4-man machine gun team. Benby being the leadership, Elliot, I'm assuming, being assistant, and then Davik and Meaty Mates being the 2 medium machine gunners. Skipping over to Green 4, it's just a single squad for the foreign group. That is Patriot leading Lolo, Sismo, Huel, Alexander Baller Deluxe, Sam, Curie, Crisp, and Korvac all together. And then Blue 4 have our main Gerzovian force that's allied with Green 4 for this assault. We've got Kabubi Face leading with Skip as the medic, Kermit leading Alpha. He's merged everyone together. He's got Depso as the 2IC, Marked as MG, Steve, Watts, Lurch, PJ, Brixie, Timek, and Dart all together. Luce leading Bravo with Jipitus, Solomon's Total, Pro Hunter, Kui, Tomer, and Omri. Delta being led by Ash with Stark as the 2IC. Is that the Stark that I think it is?
Yep, he's back.
He's back. All right, cool. I haven't seen him in a hot second. I completely forget why I know him, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, he died. I'm kidding.
What does that mean?
He died. He's dead. That's just his spirit.
But what did he do?
He was just very, very good at, like, CQC. One that stands out particularly was the World War II, where he had that trench gun, and he went on a killing spree.
Yes, I remember now.
8 people.
And you have to pardon me, I deal with so many people on the daily. I will recognize names, I just won't always put them to memory.
He always remembers me, though.
Oh, does he? You should go in Op 4 and shoot him. Anyway, Pingus leading Delta 1 with Tackleberry, Daudox, Mozquit, Arkin, and Gazagan Wheaton with Hirana as their team leader. And otherwise, that is it. It's going to be a dark day. We also have Charlotte coming in because she's going to be my admin for DayZ tonight. I reminded her that FNF existed, and I think she just got on remembering that FNF existed. Anyway,
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Send in Goat Team 6.
We're gonna talk about why there's a T100X in the corner of the base. No, okay. It's a funny little Easter egg. But anyway, it's pitch black. I might actually have to do this with NVGs on, so pardon the green tint because regular lighting's a bit tough. Looking over where Op 4 is spawned. Otherwise, we do have some nice little trench networks here. These are the same networks we saw from earlier that are all carved out. That is quite interesting. Op 4 definitely does not have the manpower to cover all this, but what I do want, actually, real quick, is to see if I can find some mines.
Liru, someone's come in my chat to offer me free followers. All I have to do is give them my card number and the 3 funny digits on the back.
Attention, FNF watchers. This is a public service announcement. SL Dream has accidentally fallen for a credit card scam, thinking he could boost his viewership by clicking on a link, and now his computer has been absolutely bricked. And in order to get my co-host back, we need to buy him a new computer. But unfortunately, British import taxes suck Donkey Don, and we have to pay extra. In order to help him, all we need is your 16-digit credit card number. We also need the date, the name, and the 3 digits on the back. And together, we can buy SL Dream a new computer.
I'll click that button.
No, you're in this mess because you clicked the button. Stop clicking buttons.
I want to click more buttons.
Oh my god. Anyway, Winterwolf, thanks for the 30-month resub. Hope you enjoy the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Malin, yes, we did.
You should tell them what you called me when we first got on chat.
I can talk about it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so SL Dream legally and IRL, he got diagnosed with depression. So I asked him what the SL in his name stood for, knowing it was squad lead. And he said squad leader. So I said, okay, you're SL depression now.
That's why my title for my stream is SL Depression Reporting for Duty.
Oh my god, I love it. To which I told Dream, I use humor to, cope with everything. So
Yes, don't worry. Don't worry about me. I find the comedy in it, and I'm on medication, so
round has started. Green 4 is hooking a force all the way to the north. Blue 4 hooking one force to go up, and the other 4 is going all the way to the left to flank up. Op 4 sending 2 Vanguard forces and a standard force to the direct south. Interesting choices.
So were they able to teleport to the front lines? Because they had the 2.
I think Blue 4 did with some, but that's weird.
On the Red 4, to the east and the south, you had 2 line. You can see the little black squares where they put down things. They were had the safe zone shading. So were they able to teleport there and they just didn't?
Well, I assume yes, because otherwise there would be a moot point in including those zones unless they were trying to throw Op 4 off in where Blue 4 actually teleported to, but usually we don't get access to seeing those new zones, but this could also be part of News Framework. But honestly, with the number count we have on tonight, there's no way in hell we're going to see anything played traditionally, if you can even put that term to FNF. You would definitely see units kind of following these little choke points in the forest, not going in the open, but since the number is only 66, as you said tonight, I mean, hail Slanesh, but
the issue is with this mission is it was obviously meant for, probably at least 100 players, and for some, I don't know why. I can't really think of why the numbers have dropped tonight.
I'll be on Sunday, by the way, hopefully.
Maybe
one of those
FNF
evenings.
has fallen off.
But, I mean, as a personal note, I don't know why there's so few people. I don't really handle politics in any community except listening to whatever, one of my friends might rant on. I'm just here to make content for you all. Speaking of, I mean, I did a lot of mission dev last night, and I got to do a lot of mission dev after DayZ too. But regardless, I don't know. But, again, I already promised I'm covering rounds 1 and 2. That's not going to change.
It just might mean the thing is done quicker tonight. I get out here quicker.
Yeah, right. There is because I don't want to show
interesting news that late is being moved back an hour. So rather it's starting at 8 p.m. I think EST for you, it will be 7 p.m. now, and for me it will be 12 o'clock. Which I was like, why don't you just...
Probably because they want to keep attracting some of the EU people.
I think they should conglomeratize it. I think they should just make it all one thing, so it's just 6 rounds.
Yeah, and then people jump in later.
Yeah. But just make it themed.
Yeah, that could work. I mean,
So
what
like
I know
2
is...
infantry
what
missions,
the fuck?
2
My backyard
asset
again.
missions.
But sorry, go ahead.
Liru, after the things you told me that you were looking through earlier, please don't go anywhere near those foxes. Don't want you anywhere near them.
Real quick, Mac, I don't have any community representation in FNF. It was through TSB, but I'm not affiliated with TSB anymore. So if you just like exclamation point FNF, it'll get you the
It's
links
me.
and you can just jump in with everything.
I am his affiliation.
No, Malin is. But anyway.
Fuck you.
We had a random gunshot by Blue 4, Op 4 fanning out their forces a bit more. They're definitely creating more of a loose defensive line here so they can try to catch where Blue 4 is coming in from so they can potentially envelop. That would be a pretty standard Scandi recon tactic in all honesty, because if you actually look at where on the map we see Scandi, they're divided in so many different groups right now. Actually, no, that is a lie.
Yeah, they're just one big conglomerate that is
Yeah,
split
except
up.
for 2 people. So now I'm trying to figure out who's part of the other. So Alpha's part of one, and then we got Bestifer. So This is interesting. Pierce is using all of his squad leaders as scouts to utilize their radio communications to create a bit of a sentry system.
God,
That's
I hate Pierce.
that's very smart. Why? What? Why?
I hate Pierce. That guy's too smart.
You hate everyone.
I love Marlon. Just look at
Archangel,
that
thank
fine
you. I
piece of
will,
ass right there.
Or excuse me. Archangel, my bad. I will look into them. Thank you so much. Alright. I mean, this is going to be a bit of a slow start to the round. You notice that there's a Blue 4 group right in front of an Op 4 defensive line that's unmanned. They have an Overwatch element to the far left, staying in defilade. I can only imagine they're going to coordinate their efforts, or they're waiting for Green 4 to be in position. Green 4, though, what's the farthest north they can skate around right here? And it is quite dark. I think they could very well get into the tree line without being detected, but I would put them right on the northern doorstep of Sector 1. Yeah, it's
Looking
going
at
to be a
this
slow round.
minefield, and I've found one mine so far. Just a
What makes you
single
say that,
mine,
Spooky?
and it's in like the only like little tree zone, really. Like in the center of like the rear, like the open,
Is my mic off?
and that little like line of trees. I can only see one. It's an IED.
Yeah.
That's all I can see. So, I mean, obviously we know because we're up in the sky, but I think they should have just flooded this place with something funny.
Well, things aside, I honestly don't see this ending quickly.
No,
Because
this
if
one
Blue
is
4 and Green 4 do a proper pincer attack here, even if one's delayed in the other, it's going to force Op 4 to consolidate around Sector 1, giving Blue 4 and Green 4 plenty of time to converge on the sector itself. So this is just going to be a long game. Dream hates everyone. Dream, do you hate everyone?
who is everyone?
Everyone.
No. I'm a nice person.
There's your answer, chat. Why is Arma filled with so many a-holes?
No, sorry about that.
How do I put this simply?
Yeah. How do you? Oh,
Look, people like the communities that they run, even if they're not mature enough to run them. I was at a point where I was definitely not mature to run my own back in, what, 2017? And people will grow and learn, and some people won't. But, you know, people given power that they've never had in their life often abuse it, and that's why we have so many communities that have so much drama. That's also why I've unwittingly and accidentally killed multiple communities. One with an Astolfo meme, which is my favorite story in that regard, but
Jesus Christ.
people are... It's the internet. You don't have to face someone directly, so people are often very insecure about things, and people aren't going to be adult about things, so... Why change? Oh, Malin, of course you abuse your power. Malin.
So
All the
me and
people
Marlon-
desynced in the forest and died, right? Restart the mission.
I don't think I think I was admin at that point. I don't think he was admin yet.
I was making a jab at both of you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was a great admin.
Anyway,
that's why they
go
removed
ahead,
me.
Dream.
I was so good at my job, that's why they removed me.
I know, right?
No, I was just going to say, if you want someone trustworthy to build your community into a
Hey,
nice
hey,
and
how you
safe
doing?
place,
Or
hire
Ken.
me. Because everyone loves me. I have no enemies.
Yeah, Darkstar, I'm going to be honest. Out of all of the YouTubers I've met for Arma,
SL Dream is the best.
I put them all on a bit of a spectrum, I would say. Karma's definitely one of the better ones. I'd put him right up there with Rubik's. Other side, I've got other names, but, you know, these are the people that are either incredibly sexist or they'll stage a massive
I'm not one of those.
narrative and then DDoS
I
you for
love
9
women.
weeks, and you know who I'm talking about, but...
I love women.
What does that have to do with anything I'm saying?
You said
Dream.
they were sexist.
Oh.
You said they were sexist, and SL Dream loves women.
course. Classic Brit. Anyway.
What?
I have no enemies. They're all dead. Yeah, well, unfortunately... I'm not going to finish that statement. Anyway. It's not worth it. Just let the egotistical ones fizzle out. They'll eventually get bored of Arma and leave you alone.
That's no.
Thank God
that's
for
the other
that.
thing I was going to mention. You say Marlon abuses power. My favorite times in FNF is when me and Marlon will sit at the back, and because we're doing nothing, he'll obviously just go on Zeus to make sure everything's running smooth, and he'll give me a play-by-play. Nothing cheating, because obviously I can't do anything. I can't like run off and go do it because everything will change by that point. But I basically just sit there like he's a commentator for sports.
You guys in FNF doing their rally thing this weekend? Or was that last weekend? Yeah. Good luck for them.
Which me and Liru were both invited to, but we are better than them, so we didn't go to it.
What?
What?
No.
Me and Liru hate everyone. We're starting our own FNF.
Dream?
Yeah?
Shut up.
Okay.
Good. I've got 3 Zeus ups tomorrow. Don't put words in my mouth ever again, or else I am sending you in on round 2. I'm sending you away for a schmeckle.
No, please.
I'm putting you in there, Dream.
It'll be good. It'll be good.
Speak when spoken to, buddy. Anyway. So we've got Azariah and Malin on the front line here. They're hiding under some trees. And you can kind of see the reflection on the nods sparkle up. People also potentially checking their maps, and they light up like a damn Christmas tree. I wonder if Malin spotted one of them. Nomad, I can't tell if you wrote Minecraft Dream or Mein Kampf Dream, and I don't really want to know which is which and what the difference is.
I can't tell which one's better, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Well, knowing what most Minecraft streamers do and their track record, yeah, I'm in agreement with you there, buddy.
Oh, has Az or Marlon seen? Oh, they have.
They definitely have. You can hear their footsteps.
Oh, there they can see the who's got that? Bravo lead had a.
Yeah, he was checking his map, and it's it's lighting up.
Hopefully they turn around.
Because with Ace, you have to have a light source to see the map, so I think that's what Bravo Lead was doing. That's exactly what Azariah and Malin detected there. I'd imagine they might have also not been on Whispering, the Blue 4 guys moving past, but I know I could at least hear some of the footsteps from Azariah's position, though they were very faint. But yeah, no, they know that the squads walked by.
Recon, Az is playing with 200% sound right now.
Yeah, the Chuckleheads, but most of Scandi is now caught up in the north. It's going to be up to other groups to intercept. Nomad saying he spelled Minecraft horribly into Mein Kampf because, and I quote, "This old guy brought the book Mein Kampf for his grandson, but the kid asked for Minecraft." That's funny. That's actually funny in such a horrible way. Nomad, I like you.
I'm gonna do that to my kid.
Dwarves, I did not. I was very busy today.
That's what I'll do. I'll be like, I want to buy this orphanage games and such. So, our kids are really interested in Minecraft.
And I'm wow, sick of all of it.
Shut up with like 100 books of Minecraft.
Hold on, Mal and Naz now turning around, getting eyes on. I can't see from their POV. But yeah, no, the other guys definitely highlight out in the snow, but the snow is very, very heavy. It does make it a bit tough to see, but if anything, they'll silhouette extra. Oh, yeah. No, they're out and about. Command literally the closest one to them.
Does Az take that shot?
No, they'd be dead.
Well, no, not necessarily. They take that shot, they get the kill, and then they just retreat south.
Yeah, but that puts them out of position for the rest of the game. It would be easier for them to shadow these guys.
Yeah, when the fighting starts.
Yeah.
Maybe Marlon
Oh,
should
Dart
tank.
might have noticed them.
Oh. Yeah, but is he going to be thinking that? No, there's no way. I'm just crazy.
No, he's still gun sighted on their position.
No one listens to poor old little Dart. They'd all laugh at me. That's what he's thinking right now.
Here we got Bestafar as a marksman under a tree here. And Blue 4 is running right up to his position. Do they notice him? They do not.
Oh, he's hearing them walk.
It's the snow that's really throwing off vision, because I have a feeling if there wasn't snow, the movement Bestafar was doing would have been detected with the nods, but the snow is throwing off everyone's vision here. And you still have Dart back there checking his 6. Oh, he is paranoid as hell right now. He knows what he saw, but others are dismissing him. That's funny.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. No one will believe Dart. Little Dart.
Poor Dart. So now we got Blue 4 going on the side of an Op 4 line.
Oh.
What?
Have you noticed they're turning the spotlight?
Yep.
There you go. They turned it off.
Op 4 have pulled everyone back. They're thinking that the enemy is coming directly from the south. This is allowing for that Green 4 opening. Honestly, yeah. Blue 4 causing everything to pull south, and Green 4 sweeping the sector. I'm not sure if Green 4 can capture the sector, though, because sometimes they have the Green 4 faction unable to do certain types of objectives, and this might be one. But Op 4 have lost any opportunity to really engage outside of the sector in any favorable area here. You got Scandia Recon doing this very wide flanking play. Blue 4 is too close to the sector for it to really matter. And Scandy could just get cut off by Green 4, but that's still a big chunk of Op 4's infantry. That's literally a third. Oh. Between a third and a fourth. I don't know. It's going to take quite a few multi-kills for Op 4 to kind of even the odds here. Yeah, they've got the foreshadowing. I think that's what...
what is it? The little cameras you can fire in the sky out your geo. Do they have night vision?
They do.
Oh.
It's going to be tough for them to spot movement, though, with all the snow. Like, I'm looking over Op 4 Alpha right now, and unless I really focus on those triangles, I genuinely cannot track the movement. If I just, like, stare at them, my eyes can't detect it because the snow's moving.
Red 4 just threw a smoke in the sector. I don't know why.
Excuse me.
I feel like this is going to be won by Red 4 not taking their shots and shooting.
I don't think Red 4 knows. Like, they know a general vicinity of where Blue 4 is coming from, but they're not able to really act on any of it. And the first death is McDeed. He was spotted by PJ because he was prone but not under a tree. You've got some of the tail of Bravo for Op 4 engaging the tail of Blue 4, but Blue 4 wins that fight. And now that poor outer garrison is in between two larger forces. And now you've got, oh my god, a big chunk of Op 4 now leaving the sector to potentially go fight the bigger force, because that's where the first gunshot's rain out. Scandi is completely caught out of position. They're continuing to do this massive flank around. So Pierce's intel is incredibly off right now. This is going to be done in 5 minutes.
Yeah, you have Marl and Az double timing, and Az is pretty strong with that marksman rifle. So I do trust him to get a couple kills. It just depends on if he can mask
That blue
it.
4 group to the southwest is not the concern right now. The concern is the blue 4 group, one, about to pierce the sector, and two, the green 4 that are gonna be able to move in from the north uncontested. And then Op 4 is gonna be forced to pull into their sector, be completely out of position, and then the large group, if the green 4 doesn't bulldoze, the large group outside is then gonna bulldoze in, because all the resistance is gonna crumble as soon as everyone gets that flashed warning of sector under threat of capture.
I don't know if is it going to necessarily say threat of capture?
It'll start counting down.
Yeah, no, but it depends if they just stick like one blue 4 in. Is it going to start saying that there's people in? Because if that happens, then...
4 people need to get in, and there are 6 people in this strike wing.
Yeah, I'm more talking about the actual like the notification. Is that going to come through if one guy walks in?
Only if they actually start taking the sector, which again will take 4 out of the 6, and if Op 4. Which, granted, if this was the AO, Op 4, like, if you scroll in just to see where Blue 4 and the Op 4 groups are, and then take note that there's an Op 4 group coming around, this would be a very strong plan. But if you pan north, that Green 4 wave coming in, I mean, this is a perfect
Delta re-entering the
pincer.
zone.
Yeah, so Delta re-entering, only to have now shots rain out.
Blue 4 going to take their shots. There you go, that's 1 down. Oh, that's nice 2 kills for Blue 4 there.
So if one more Blue 4 enters, you're going to see the zone go under threat here. If one Op 4 guy dies, because Blue 4 have 4 in the zone. And there it is.
Oh my god, yeah, Scandi recon.
Yeah, watch Scandi immediately turn and start sprinting in. They're out of position completely.
I know for a fact that entire squad right now is Grumbles.
Yep.
It's like, god fucking damn it. Oh. Fon's getting a very nice shot off there. I think that was total. Kui being shot at. Oh.
Sector 1 no longer being captured. More Op 4 pushing it, but now you got Green 4 coming in, and look at that massive wave now on the west of Blue 4 that are going to be right behind that second Op 4 wave that are slowed down.
Get taken out by that nade. Charges start going off, but here comes Green 4.
Bonds doesn't realize he's being shot at from the right, and Crow Hunter's able to get his 3rd kill, and now the sector's being taken again.
NRR managed to take out one of the Green 4.
Both ground command elements are dead. This is it.
Really?
This is it.
No, Kabubi's still alive. Oh, do you mean both Red 4?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Meerkat just friendly wiggled Davek, thinking that he was being red on Reddit, but in reality, it was just a crossfire for people inside the bunker, so comms locally are screwed.
Yeah.
And now Meerkat's about to get dropped.
No, there we go, sector 1 being catched.
Yeah, the timer just reset because I think Blue 4 left some of the sector. And now that Green 4 is in, this is going to be it. We need Jupiter's to enter the sector as well. At this point, only a massive amount of misplaying is going to stop this. An explosive charge is thrown out.
It's not going to do anything. How is he
I don't know how Iqbal won that fight there, but good on him.
4 could have gone to 5, but Pro has just whiffed. Blue 4 are just starting to leave the AO and not... They just have to sit in one side.
Yep. And then Kiwi cleans up Iqbal. If he leaves the sector, though, the timer resets. Ah, the goober. He didn't know that, though. But will he push out again?
No, I think Qui's realised, and I think Green 4... I think you're right, actually. I don't think Green 4 have an effect on it.
Yeah, they don't. Otherwise, that sector would be... that would be done. So we just need to see Blue 4 hold in the sector because they're not realizing their numbers are very limited in there. But I think now at this point, Davik's the only one that can continue to stop it. This is giving Scandy a little bit of time to run in, but there is a Blue 4 group in between them. The question is Davik going to hear all the footsteps and start throwing grenades? That's his best opportunity right now. Oh, he's going to top down. Gets a green for...
3 kills.
There's another green for...
Ooh,
and they trade. That's it. We're past 30 seconds. Op4 has a minute to sprint in, but there are 3 people in the sector, so 3 would have to get in. We could see... Stop. Green 4 body to a cartwheel.
Just clear move to the sector now.
Yep.
And Blue 4 have been absolutely decimated in these trees. But good still.
45 seconds, but again, those 3 could still enter the sector, but if Blue 4 beat him to the punch, if one more Blue 4 gets in, that's it. I think Op4 is going to barely be able to extend this because of Blue 4 misplaying multiple times. They got 20 seconds, though, but there is a machine gunner overwatching. That is going to stall them, and I think that's it. Yep, one of them goes down. Alexander ends up taking some pretty heavy fire in the interim, but there's now 10 seconds remaining. That's it. That's it. Op4 aren't able to get in. That's GG.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck, I got it wrong. 3, 2, 1.
Great grenade throw. Almost got all the Blue 4 guys in it. That Hail Mary. No freaking way. No freaking way. Who got that grenade throw?
It's the one who's downed, who is under the...
Morgan?
I think. I think Morgan just Hail Mary.
Yeah, and he's in the sector, so he made it 1-1, and he just restarted the entire 90-second timer, and I swear that was on the last 2 or 1 second. That's amazing. Here's the issue, though. If you scroll out, Op4 doesn't really have the manpower to do that again, but that was a very nice clutch.
No, but they have the Scandi recon power.
Jeez. Granted, I'll give it. That was a very nice stroke of luck by him, but it's over.
Yeah, that was lucky.
Morgan, I think, is about to get... Oh, no, the grenade might have rolled down. He hits the deck. And he gets spotted and taken out by Blue 4 that comes in.
That was just misplays there. That was Blue 4 just getting kind of lucky, kind of just good movement. And that's just Red 4 not doing their defensive duties very well. Like at the first sign of contact, Red 4 just broke apart.
Yeah, again, I'd argue it was partially to do with the fact that their snowfall. Op4 had good intel on where Blue 4 was coming in on, and they acted on accordingly, but once they actually tried to set up defensive lines, they were just beaten to the punch on multiple occurrences. And if we had more than 10 seconds, I feel like Op4 would have a solid chance to bounce back, but... Yeah, 15 seconds, but... We're seeing some great grenade throws. We got some crazy illumination coming in. There's technically only 4 in the sector if all 4 Op4 were to come in, but Blue 4 is sending people in, and there's the sector capture. Again, close.
Close, surprisingly close.
It was close. But numbers-wise, I don't think it would have lasted them more than a few minutes, even if they got that second clutch, so that's just how it be.
Damn.
And now we await round 2.
Are we about to see the quickest FNF in a while?
I mean, with the number count, yeah, we might.
That's epic.
Oh, my multi's not working. That's great. Doing Yanni Fins from memory. Messaging Yanni if he can resend the multi, because, yeah, the multi broke. Because, of course, it did. Alright, well, overall, let me pay out that prediction. And again, we'll be doing round 2, and then I'll be taking a small break. So, the attackers won. 2-1 advantage there. Cool. Alright, multi should now be working properly. Let me go ahead, jump to my map command here. Now it's Chernarus Autumn. Alright, round 2, where... Let's have a look. Op 4 is attacking 3 blue 4 sectors. Oh boy, sector control all day today.
Yay.
Blue 4 has... Wait, no, it's Op 4 first. 4 has a 5% numbers advantage. 2 BMP2s. 2 UAZ Dishkas, and that's actually it. While Blue 4 has... What does Blue 4 have here? An M2 M113, 2 HMG Mutt Jeeps, and 2 M2A2s. Ah, Bradley's. Alright, let me make sure that gets updated proper. Bring that over here, and I will be right back. 1 second. Is that for our? No, we're.
Excited to see me and Daisy messing with Liru like a true patriot.
What?
What?
I unmute and I hear that. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, this could be an early one. It's been a while since there was an early one, but how was last week? I wasn't here. I was in Georgia.
Last week was interesting. It was, I think it was a long round one, a shorter round two, but round three was kind of just a test for the new framework. Funnily enough, me being in the spectator slot, basically gave away the position of one of Red 4's assets.
How so?
Because I don't know, you'd have to ask Marlon, but apparently me slotting into the A spectator, everyone could then see where Red 4's like cash was or something. They weren't meant to see that.
That's awesome.
I was like, Marlon said that to me, I was like, cool, I have caused chaos by not even trying.
Awesome. As long as you get blamed for it and I don't. So, keep it going.
Are you doing your what do? You do like your pain list? Pay for pain.
Yeah, so Daisy will have a menu tonight. We'll be spawning stuff and we'll have some fun. I'm probably gonna slash prices a bit too since I'm a little bulked up, but we'll see.
Can you add one that just says give Dream your life location?
I should probably add a teleport to it. We'll see.
Teleport Dream to you while I'm fucking
6.
running around trying to do something.
Ay. Dark Horseman, thanks for the 5-month resub. We're just waiting for the second round to begin. But otherwise, hope you all keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Dreams Ocean Olympics.
My plan for Daisy is I'm basically just going to, every time I come to you, I'm going to play a different character. And then once the character gets boring or I die, the character will change.
I see.
I have an idea for the first character I want to do.
Good luck. Ah, Natty, what do you have for breakfast? Humbly asked for a level for the pay for pain to reference apples, bananas, and oranges. Vlad, I might actually be able to work that in today.
Can you add one in that's just give Dream the biggest gun you can find?
We'll see. We'll see. Chat, would anyone be willing to give a little bit of money to me so Dream can have a really fun weapon and he'll have a chance before I shoot him in the face with an M79 for threatening me?
Oh, I gotta run into like a building and just start firing it off.
Well, someone said no. That's a good start, right?
Who said no? Give me their name.
No.
Give me. I'm coming into your stream.
Oh, that's cheating.
I'll go into your stream. Steven X. Steven.
You know, chat's right. You could pay for it.
No, I can't. Excuse me. I don't make money from this. I'm poor. I'm broke.
And why do you do it?
Because I enjoy it for the fun of it.
But you just told me you have depression.
I do it for the torture. Hey chat, I have depression. Can I get $1,000? That will help. Dream gets a cord. I agree with Spooky there. Self-loathing. Everyone be nice to me. You guys are never nice to me. Be nice to me.
I assure you, if you were the other gender and had a fat rack, everyone would be nice to you.
Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Nobody drink. King of Dwarves, I take it back. I'm very upset at you for abandoning me that one.
Alright, so this is actually going to be very close to the other AO we just did, which I believe was actually, yeah, just to the left over here on this little hilltop.
British?
Blue 4 is going to be starting on the top and basically convoy down with their vehicles, and there's going to be 3 sectors to take. Both sides have IFVs. This is going to be a lawn op. I'm calling it now.
Fuck you, Liru. You should hydrate.
Why?
Because I requested it using my channel points.
I see. Okay.
I win this round.
We'll see what the plot is for this mission. But again, this is just... I'm gonna be honest. I don't like how mainstream IFEs have gotten in FNF. I thought I'd like it, but it's really just slowed down the pacing for what could be considered quicker operations. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind them every, like, 2 or 3 weeks. But now we're seeing them every week. Was there one last week?
IFE, yeah.
So it's like...
Yeah, but what do you replace them with? Because I don't think I could handle 3 straight infantry.
Well, you just have lighter vehicles, because the thing with the IFE is it really changes the game. It basically gives a weapon to one side or both sides that you can act as a giant sniper rifle. And yeah, that is ironic too. They're supposed to speed up the attack, but I mean, last time we saw IFVs used 2 weeks ago, it was to actually assault this hill over here, and Blue 4 literally just rushed in
up.
vehicle at a time, getting annihilated, and it was just some of the dumbest PvP I've seen in a while of people getting absolutely annihilated. I'm like, why? And they still won, didn't they?
Yeah, I think Blue 4 did win in the end.
That's what pissed me off the most.
They drove one of their IFVs just into the sector, and Red 4 just didn't have any AT.
Because they burned it on all the other MRAPs that had rushed in previously.
Which was an incredible...
They strategically burned all of the enemy's AT just so they could take that hill, and it's just... God, why? Like, I get it, it's strategic, but just because it's strategic doesn't... I don't know, maybe I'm just a purist. I don't freaking know. It was bad. Anyway, let's read the mission dev here. Mission made by Elliot. Background: U.S. forces have... big yawns. U.S. forces have looked to break through into northern Chinaris and establish a permanent presence. Air operations, lots of tree lines and foliage break up with what would otherwise be open ground between villages. Beware of lawn sightlines and potential hidden places in the woods. Game mode is sectors, so how this works is the defenders, in this case Op 4, are defending 3 sectors. Well, real quick, I haven't put a prediction up. 1 second. Yeah, I don't have him in the multi because he didn't give me a multi, and I forgot to ask, admittedly. All right, cool. Multi going up.
What?
You know, it'd be really funny because I don't have you in my multi, but I could add you to my multi and then just tell everyone to go into your chat because you didn't give me a multi.
Oh.
Right? You're supposed to do that, Doi.
Yeah, but you didn't change your name, so I'm a toddler who needs to be shown what I need to do.
What do you mean I didn't change my name?
Because you maybe used to change your name to give me multis, and you didn't do that. I am a child who needs support.
All right, that's it. Go join Op 4.
No.
But
you
anyway,
don't even have anyone to sell me to. Also,
how are the defenders
making fun of me because I'm British? I had Tater Lord come in and put heck the British man. And then Stephen just put, I do hope your cats are doing good.
Anyway, The defenders, in this case Op 4, are holding 3 sectors. If at any point the attackers, in this case Blue 4, enter the sector zone with more infantry that the defenders have in it, so let's say Sector 1 right now has 2 infantry in it. If Blue 4 enter with 3 infantry, a 90-second timer will start counting down, and this number 1 box will start filling from the bottom to the top. After 90 seconds, the sector will be taken and can no longer be retaken. If at any point the attackers lose the number advantage in the sector, the timer is paused and reset upon the attackers coming back in with a number advantage. Once the attackers have all 3 sectors or take out all of the defenders, in this case Op 4, they win. The defenders win if at least they control 1 sector by the end of the 50-minute round. Remember, it's a 15-minute safe start timer and then a 50-minute round for 65 minutes total. Or if the defenders wipe all the attackers, they win. Otherwise, that is how the game works. Looking at our mission development here, mission variables here, we've got 1,500 meters of render distance. Magnified optics is blurred out, so I'm going to quickly look on some of the infantry and check them. I do not see magnified optics, so there are no magnified optics in this round today. Build points are 125 for the defenders. That's a standard amount for Ace Fortify. And there is no NVG equipment. Medium anti-tank settings. Blue 4 have a Moz, and Op 4 have an RPG. Both sides are fielding a full Echo team, so 2 per person minus the team lead. So that's 6 warheads of rockets for Echo and 6 for Op 4. Otherwise, Blue 4 are your modern 1980s Army woodland camouflage kits. You've got platoon lead, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman, assistant grenadier, grenadier IR. Grenadier IRs have the Hunt IR 40mm camera grenades. Little cameras you fire up in the air, parachute down, have normal and night vision mode, and some scoping in and scoping out. Really good for getting your bearings. Your machine gunners, machine gunner assistants, combat engineers. Combat engineers have the choice of 4 different types of ordnance. The choices being 2 explosive satchels, which you can't really throw that far, only up to a meter, but they make a very big boom and will almost always destroy a building if that building has a destroyable texture. Otherwise, there's also 4 explosive charges, which are basically like a souped-up grenade, but you will need multiple to destroy objectives. But again, very powerful. If you throw them, you can throw them like normal grenades, just a little shorter. Or you can take 2 tripwire HE mines paired with 2 tripwire flare mines, so 4 tripwires total, 2 being HE that can kill people, 2 being flares that play a little sound effect as well. That's very loud, like a whistle. And then fires the flares in the air. Or you can take 3 AT mines, which I've only ever seen used twice in all of FNF's history. Otherwise, you got your light anti-tank, your medium anti-tank, 1 assistant, 2 assistant don't exist anymore. Same with RI, RIS, and SMP. DMR is going to be an Alpha Bravo and Charlie. That appears to be a Mark 14. Then you got your crew lead, crewmen, pilots, your medics, and your base kit loadouts for these guys are going to be M16 A1s or Colt carbines, M9 Berettas for their handgun secondary, M249s for Alpha Bravo and Charlie's auto riflemen, M60s for Delta's medium machine gunners. Light anti-tank is going to be a single shot disposable M136. Crew and aviation gets the choice of an MP5 or a Colt carbine. Nothing on crew served weapons, but otherwise we have the 2 Bradleys. Bradleys appear to have 3 magazines of 70 rounds of AP ammo, no HE, so that is 714. 210 rounds total, and then 2 1,000 round boxes of coax 7.62x51 NATO, so 2,000 rounds total there. And they also have the smoke screens. They've got some transport Humvees, each one can carry 5 people. They got those 2 M2 Mutt Jeeps, which can only carry 3. Mutt Jeeps have both racer and regular ammo for 800 rounds total between 8 boxes. And then they have an early grade 113, which doesn't have any protection for the gunner. Gunner has access to 1,500 rounds. I'm going to be honest, that's just going to be Op 4 BMP bait. Otherwise, uniforms for Op 4 are going to be your 1980s Russian Army khakis. Their marksman, scrolling down to the DMR, is going to be an SVD. Loadouts otherwise going to be AK-74s or AKS-74Us. You know my thoughts on that gun. Otherwise, PMs as their secondaries, RPKs for their Alpha Bravo and Charlie auto riflemen, PKMs for their Delta medium machine gunners, and you have light anti-tank's going to be an RPG-7, which only has 2 warheads. And then they've got the hardest choice in the game if you're crew in aviation taking those BMPs. You can either choose an AKS-74U or, and this is very, very difficult. Thank you, Dream, but you repeated the first gun twice. Anyway, or you could choose an AKS-74U. So,
I was just...
Very difficult decision here. I mean,
I get the joke.
Looking at the map here, the AKS-74U, I mean, that's more of a CQC weapon, but, I mean, in Sector 1 especially, that could really work out.
I don't know. I totally agree with you. The AKS-74U doesn't really, doesn't feel great to me there, but the AKS-74U, that is a gun.
No, I
But,
mean, you're right. I mean, the AKS-74U, I mean, that one definitely could, because it's got high stopping power and low recoil, you could definitely use it to snipe at enemy forces that are moving through the open field. It does have an upward range, though, so past, I want to say, 400, 500 meters, you're definitely going to be more like plinking rather than trying to put shots on target. But it can be a good suppression weapon. However, if you want to go for blind suppression, and you're a crewman, especially if you're dismounted in that situation, you probably want to get out of there. And I'm going to be honest, the skeletal stock on the AKS-74U would be a better choice because it's less weight and you can move a little quicker with it. But it's a tough call.
I still don't really agree with you. I get it, the whole plinking, but the AKS-74U is, you know, it is just the best gun compared to the AKS-74U.
Yeah, but it's situational. It's situational.
It's situational, but I feel like it just works for every situation. Like, I mean, obviously at some points it's gonna go less, but compared to the AKS-74U, the AKS-74U can do nothing compared to the AKS-74U.
Well said.
Thanks.
Anyway, Op 4, they're gonna have 2 UAZ Dishkas and 2 BMP2s. BMP2s have, wow, that is 320 rounds of ammunition, so much more ammo than their Bradley counterparts. However, the Bradleys are definitely much more well-armored than the BMP2s.
I
love the BMP2 has a BMP1 image on it, because you can see the little white warhead on the top for the, I forget the exact name of that missile system, but yeah, whatever. At that point, no Green 4. Green 4 we're only seen in the first match. Op 4, because of their numbers, they're probably going to be divided into holding only 2 of the 3 sectors. Or they could all go all eggs in one basket, but it looks like instead they're going to be holding with 1 squad in Sector 2, 2 squads in Sector 1, and the rest are going to be on offense for the UAZs and the BMP2s. Otherwise, Blue 4, I mean, really simple concept. Keep all your forces together. Just deploy them with the Humvees. You don't really need the Bradleys in this situation. Take that mobility aspect. Don't even bring the M113. It's not really worth it. It's just going to be BMP bait. And have the Bradleys overwatch you. Focus on taking out the BMPs, and once you get those, you'll be golden. Both vehicles, the BMPs and the Bradleys, would have ATGMs or tows, but I think they've been removed for the sake of balance, because the Bradley's tows you can scope in with, the BMP you cannot. So, you know, you just got to go with what you can at that point. Now, let's go ahead and read off our players here. So we got Vagrant commanding Op 4, Kermit leading Alpha with Depso as the marksman. He's got Dart, Patriot, Tomer, and Omri under him. Charlie has instead merged into 2 separating fire teams. So you got Butler, Huel, Jupitus, and Solomons in Charlie 1. PJ, Private Waldo, Dawodox, and Baller in Charlie 2. I don't see any leaders. Okay, no, leaders all the way in the bottom. It's loose. He's going to basically be leading them both as teams. Delta's merged everyone together. It's Iander leading Malin as the 2IC. You can tell because Malin has the GL and Iander does not. Otherwise, Azariah being the medic, Yanni, Flying, Bayant, Cullis, Nemesis, and Dobbs all together. Echo is going to be the Matt team. It is Pierce leading Meerkat, who's going to be the gunner, Korvac and Fons being the assistants with those 2 additional rocket seats. Charlotte and Seasmo taking 1 BMP crew, Kiri, Lolo, and Sam taking the other BMP crew. Blue 4 being led by Ben B with Harana leading Alpha, Matrikana as the marksman, Swola as a machine gunner, and Arakiru as in demo specialist. Okay, so they took some either Alpha 1 or Alpha 2 elements, merged them into Alpha Actual to basically make 2 teams, because Alpha 1 has Ash, Tackleberry, Stark, Rory, and Gazag all together. Ramanino leading Bravo, what?
Heads or tails?
Tails. Because I'd rather get some tail than some head. But anyway,
I was Stein, just saying, I was asking because heads or tails to make a last effort. Should I go play?
You do whatever you want.
I don't know. I kind of want to go play, but I kind of don't want to go play. I don't know.
Up to you. I'm not your real dad. Anyway, Stein.
What? You're not?
Yeah, but I slept with your mother. Anyway, Stein being the 2IC, Best of Har being the marksman, and McDeed being the medic.
Fuck.
Vanderhuge bleeding, Bravo 1 with Max, Ale, Veros. I mean, make your decision quick, because there's only 3 minutes left before they officially start. Dr. Kronko, Zero Melody, and Fragnar. That's okay. All together in Bravo 1, Charlie being led by Norris, who is just taking the 2IC role, but he still gets the radio, so he gets the GL with it. And Ara being the marksman. Sun, I'm not even going to try to say that. I'm just going to call him Sun, Arkin, and Iqbal all together in Charlie 1. Lurch leading Echo, Barixi being the gunner, Watts, and
Okay,
Cap
love you,
Morgan
seen a bit.
being the assistants,
Cool, there you
Davik,
go.
medium mate, Elliot being all together in a Bradley, Kabubi Face Steve, and Mark being together in the other Bradley. And it looks like I am now solo shoutcasting. How many cups of coffee have I had to drink today? None. Last night I drank one. I'm going to be honest, Jeez. I was up working late, and then I went to bed at about 1 o'clock. And then Bloodway and I ended up texting till like 4:30 in the morning. 1 second. But back to solo shoutcasting here. I will go ahead and put my T-Far plugin on so we can hear them locally. But yeah, no, after this round, I'm going to take a break and relax a bit. I'm going to check on 1 or 2 things for the gate ops, and then we'll be back around 7 o'clock for DayZ. And then after that, I don't know, either Mission Dev or Dark Tide, but definitely need to focus more on Mission Dev, so we'll probably do Mission Dev. Anyway, transferred over. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is, in my humble opinion, based off of what I've seen, this is also going to be a slow match. Blue 4 have multiple kilometers of terrain to go for. We could see them try to stage... Well, no, they're going to do 1 or 2 things. You're going to see them flank around on the map border and try to hit this from the south.
Another crazy Friday night fights with your eye in the sky, Liru.
We'll see them come in from the south, or they'll go around to the airport and try to swing it north. I'm going to be honest, with all this open kill zone, they're probably going to do the southern play, and this alone is going to take 10 to 15 minutes, even with vehicles, for them to position. But anyway, Blunt Traps, how are you doing, broski? Thanks for the 14-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Yeah, I know, right? It is the exact same region as Mac Marine's Op, which we played on Wednesday, you know, minus all of the deformed trench lines, which are really cool to fight in, but they're just going to be coming around. The one issue I noticed with Deformer, after looking at my own personal RPT and the server's RPT, there was a lot of texture bugs that were screwing with computers that had lower amounts of RAM and causing memory leaks because of how Deformer actually deforms terrain and how players interact with deformed terrain. So, yeah, luck of the draw, but still, it's not as bad as the Deformer, or not Deformer, excuse me, the memory leaking when Apex DLC first came out. Oh, this is clearly plagiarism. Right. I would like to revisit the AKS-74U discussion. As a weapons expert, I would say that the AKS-74U is far better than the AKS-74U due to the banana mag, fold over stock, and the smaller barrel length. Hey, you'd be right. Look, here's the thing. For those of you that are new to the channel and have no idea what the hell that rant was about, it's a joke because they're the same gun. It's just really funny because they're displayed as if there's a choice. You know, why not just have one? But someone in OFCRA yesterday got 14 kills with it. Highest kill count on the server, and he literally shot a pilot out of a flying helicopter with it. And there are times where I see people pick this gun in FNF and actually get massive multi-kills with it when there's other choices. So I started it as a joke, but now, in the past few months especially, people have been going bananas with it. In Squad, that's the best gun. Yeah, but that's Squad, Angel. This ain't Squad. This is Arma. Oh, man. Well, the round began. All right, so Op 4. They have a defensive BMP set. That's kind of a mistake, but it's also a good reserve position to put it if they need to redeploy it. They got UAZ set up in the back line. That has their Echo team to go in and do AT, and then they got a BMP looking at the airfield. And I'm going to be honest, these are kind of the best plays they can make because they have no idea where Blue 4 can come in because there's 2 good routes, and then there's a lot of weird routes they can do through open territory, but this is the best they're going to get. And based off of where Op4 set themselves up, they've got, you know, a BMP on either side flanking that can come and support. They got Echo on the northern side, but they can easily redeploy them. Because basically Echo's one job is to find the enemy Bradleys and take them out, but... Funny enough, Blue 4 is going down the MSR. Are they going to take the left and go through the airfield, or are they actually going to try to do this conventionally? Or are they going to cut in and try to get into the forests and then attack this way? Because if they attack through these routes, this is all open terrain, and that's going to get them killed, but okay. The airfield is indeed suicide, but we'll have to see how things go. Dwarves, I didn't see it. If it's stupid and it works, then it's not stupid. I agree. But I'll still call it out. That's my job here. But, you know, a broken clock is still right twice a day. Of course, that joke's probably not gonna, not joke, that word of wisdom isn't really gonna follow with my kids because they're removing analog clocks in all of the schools around me. And that kinda scares me. Because that's just a testament of how stupid... okay, no, I'm not gonna go there. Anyway. Sometimes you get lucky in this game. Sometimes you get your ass absolutely handed to you. Sometimes I see people lose battle after battle, like the last time we covered FNF 2 weeks ago. That fight over that stupid hill, and the attackers still won because they used every vehicle they had to exhaust the defender's AT and then charged in there with a BMP and won. That was stupid. It worked, but it was stupid. And the reason I bring that up is because it's, you know, I'm a Zeus, all right? I care about my players' experiences, so when I see people treated more as numbers and statistics, which is, you know, kind of how the real world works, but this is a video game. But there's a part of me that gets a little annoyed about that, because I can understand what 90% of those players experience, just being told to charge an open field and then dismount and die, even if they were able to dismount before they died. So I can feel that rage, which is why I don't play a lot of PvP. Ah, look at that. No, I called it. One of the two things they were going to do was either through the airfield or flank around and come around south. Probably, I'd say they're going to hook it up here and then come down, and then get their dismounts in the tree line over here and then walk them in as the vehicles provide cover. Maybe one on the left, one on the right for full coverage, but we'll see. You're a number and statistic, yeah, right? Also, the greatest noob ever, how you doing? I didn't miss you, buddy. I was just ranting. We're just kind of waiting for the round to really begin. Also, what were the bets on? Do you guys think Blue 4 or Op 4 was going to win? I'm going to be honest. Based on vehicle performance, I would argue the Bradleys have a very large advantage, and I would be more comfortable betting on them than Op 4's BMPs. That's just me personally. You having kids, dear Lord, we're all screwed. Yeah, right, Tater? God, I have no idea how I'm going to parent them, because there's so many things I want to teach them, but if I teach them all of it too early, they're going to become arrogant pricks. 58% for Blue 4. Yeah, so you guys are still pretty split about it. That's understandable. Yeah, there's always a time and a place. Exactly. But hey, if I stick with Bloodwing, or whoever the heck I might end up with, for that matter, I'll be doing a better job than my parents. Anyway. Blue 4 uses their armor the way it should be, then they should have it in the bag. I agree. Because the Bradley can take hits from the BMP, which is why the BMPs have more ammo, but the BMPs cannot take multiple sustained hits from the Bradleys. Simple as that. And there is a little bit of bias in that because if you've ever used RHS, you know how biased the RHS devs are to Op 4 and all of their gear, especially on the infantry level with their body armor. But their vehicles are paper thin compared to Blue 4's. Absolutely paper thin. So we'll see. Now, if both sides had ATGMs, then it would be even. It would honestly be even. Bradley's could still scope it in, but if the BMPs were able to watch hilltops and see things come up, then a single ATGM from, I think it's a Metis system on the BMPs, that would knock out the Bradley. But APC autocannon fire, AP specifically, that's a toughie. New ballistic pass-through, yeah, that's true. But still. There are mods for that, though, Stefanix. There are definitely mods for it. So we're 10 minutes in the... We're a fifth of the time through. Blue 4 has done half of their maneuvering. Hey, dwarves. This wasn't in the script. Huh. So, if you bet Blue 4, you might have a little bit of a pickle now. Unless the MiG-29 doesn't have any air-to-ground ordnance, in which case I guess it's moot, but okay. Okay. Anyway, that is a MiG-29, yeah. Just gonna pretend that doesn't exist. Maybe we'll see it come in later, maybe not. But that does make it a little more difficult for Blue 4. I also fully believe a Bradley could shoot down a MiG-29 with its autocannon. Oh my god. Yeah, it's very true. I'm not seeing... Oh, never mind. It's there. So that's going to be patrolling the northern area. It's actually going over spawn for Blue 4. Now Patriots typing to please ignore the MiG-29. So Op 4's now going for psychic, not psychic, excuse me. Oh, what's the term called? It's a psyop. God, what's the specific term for that? It's escaping me. But Op 4 is basically psyoping Blue 4 at this point, because they're using global chat too, which means they want Blue 4 to know there's a MiG-29 on the field. So Op 4 scouting the north. They're not going to find Blue 4 there, so if Blue 4 doesn't act soon, Op 4 is going to be able to figure out Blue 4's coming in from the south. Psychological warfare, thank you. God, the term escaped me. I doubt they would give a MiG-29 SM for ground radar. I feel like that would be way too OP because that asset would immediately know where Blue 4 is. And I think... I don't trust it, chat, do you? I feel like Op 4 is trying to psyop Blue 4 there. They went as far as not putting it in the dev notes, but I mean, it would make sense to balance out the Bradleys with a scouting vehicle. But, I mean, what are these guys' kits? They're 1980s, so that would probably just be a regular MiG-29, right? It probably wouldn't be the modernized version, knowing how slow it is for Russians to progress their damn tech tree. So, it could be anything. So we saw it do multiple passes. Now, when you're in an aircraft, you can actually go outside of the map boundary without fear of getting killed off by the map boundary, so it's probably in reserve somewhere far out so Blue 4 doesn't hear it. Very risky to do passes overhead, but I think they did 2 passes just to literally shock and slow any Blue 4 that were up here, and then the second one was to look over. But Blue 4, they didn't see it, so that leaves Op 4 to try to psyop them with it, but, you know, Blue 4 might just ignore it, and it might come back to bite him in the ass. We'll have to see.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Otherwise, we see, as I predicted, Blue 4 is going to be using the forests here to then get on top of Sector 3. Op 4 doesn't really have anyone defending it. There is a BMP-2 overwatching that southern side that could then come around and flank. Because it does have eyes on the overwatching parts of Sector 3 on the southern side, specifically southwest, if the Bradleys do poke up. But Blue 4 is doing a very far dismount. Honestly, we're 15 minutes into the round. And this is going to take another 15 minutes for them to potentially start marching on to Sector 2. That's going to leave 20 minutes on the round clock, and at that point, if you're fighting the full enemy force, does that give you enough time to win the round? Oh, Tater. No, people like Malin wouldn't abuse their power in Friday Night Fights, right? Especially after I said all those nice things about him totally not restarting a round after an entire platoon drove through a forest and got themselves killed, right? No. The Friday Night Fight staff members are wonderful and never abuse their power. God, I hope you can hear the dagger in that, Malin. Love you, buddy. No abuse. Old jokes die hard. God, I wish What's That was in here to emulate it. It would be funny as hell. But here's the thing, guys. I'm going to level with you. We've been sitting here for 15 minutes, just letting a bunch of dudes maneuver on the map border. Well, they went down a bit, and then they went on the map border. But I got to do something for you guys. We have to have a dialogue. Otherwise, it would just be 15 minutes of me just sitting here, staring at the chat. Staring into your souls. And I don't want to do that, okay? I'd rather have a little bit of fun, which is why we have this thing. That's my goat. Anyway. Isn't that what you do already? Maybe. Anyway. You don't want to look into your soul? Too late. Angel, it's full of bees, believe it or not. That sounds nice. Can we have that? Here? No. Joke's on you, we don't have souls? Oh, Tater, you don't have to out yourself as a ginger that way, buddy. Come on. God, gingers have it hard right now. Hollywood in the US has practically exterminated them from all forms of media. Have you guys noticed that? I feel bad for the gingers. Yours is full of seafood. Alright, interestingly enough, Bradleys are taking a southern defensive picket here. Might catch the BMP. So now it's a game of chance to see who spots who first. But I feel like if the Bradleys continue to marauder on the southern flank, that's going to give the BMPs a decent idea of finding them. The question is the northern BMP going to go immediate south and try to reinforce, or are they going to try to do a wide flank around? It's full of wireframes. Oh, damn, Synth Kitty. I see. So, Kitty here does not like ginger. I love you guys. Oh, man. The purge has begun. Yes, that noise is just part of the rock wall falling off for ambient noise. Alright, I thought it was potentially some rounds going overhead, but that's not the case. We can see them scoping in, trying to look around. What spawning would you recommend for AI in a snowy map? I'm gonna be honest, I would just keep it at 50. I would just keep it playing at 50. If you have heavy snowfall, I'd probably jerk it down to like 35 or 40.
These cops are 40. Megan has like no control over what's going on.
So that BMP's behind. Excuse me, Bradley is behind the. It's behind the farm. And we see Kiri here dicking around.
We are all super poor.
He has not seen it yet. There we go. I'm waiting for him to say something. Kiri. Kiri, please, say something. BMP's looking in that direction. But not enough to the left. Oh, this is rich. Blue Raptor, how you doing, broski? FNF round 2's going to A-OK, just a bit slow.
I can see it from here.
What are these guys looking at? Did he just look at the Ron? Is he looking at the...
recon that on foot, and then we'll care about it.
Hold on. What's our render distance? 1,500. That is definitely within 1,500. And I think you just noticed. Yeah, if he moves super slowly, right? Raptor, this is a PvP op. I am just spectating. I have no control.
Bearing from us, it's 2-4.
Yeah, now he's noticed.
Left side, left side. Left side of...
God, I wish I could be that careless in life. Anyway, we are at the 29-minute mark, and we're starting to see Blue 4 on the outskirts of that sector.
Ja, bleibt auf dem Gebäude, das sind damit wahrscheinlich irgendwo der BMP. Der Typ hatte nur eine Mütze auf.
I wonder if he sees that BMP.
Ich versuche mich auf Ausflug zu konzentrieren. Bleibt in Deckung, wir können so oder so momentan nicht wirklich effektiv.
There's no way he does. Otherwise, he wouldn't be exposing himself like this.
Ja, da musst du halt auf AP wechseln. Aber das ist halt auch ein Kilometer, ne? Hat zwar auch nicht geklappt.
So, this one Bradley's pinned behind the barn.
Ja, ich glaube, der hatte dich eh schon gespottet gehabt. Von daher.
This shows me that the render distance is like this.
Ja, scheiße. Dann muss ich gleich übernehmen.
This is their
Mark,
render distance, actually.
Warte, Mark?
And that is not... Yeah, that's... Oh... That's not 1,500. Anyway, explosive charges go off around Sector 3 to try to bait anyone that went in, but they're moots. No one died. Blue 4 now going to be counting down a 90-second timer to take Sector 3. And after that, we're going to see 26 or 25 minutes on the clock. And then, as I predicted, you know, after 5 more minutes pass, you'll start seeing Blue 4 moving to Sector 2, and you're only going to have 20 minutes or so for fighting Sectors 1 and 2. Bradley's infrared would be ripped out. 50 cal on some of the Mutt Jeeps are firing. That would be right on the edge of their render distance.
Let's give him
Did they score a kill? The answer is no. And yes, Flower Prince Hog is pretty badass. Hey Dart, hey buddy. You know, that RPG would work a lot better if you had a warhead in it. Oh, how you doing, Sang? Can't wait to see you Sunday. You see, Dart, whoa, oh my god, he learned. He heard me. Alright, I'm gonna see what type of warhead he's sticking in it. Just a 7VL. Maximum range about 700 meters, 750 in ARMA terms, so he's gonna have to allow for those vehicles to get a little closer. Because otherwise they'll just detonate halfway through the trip. Yeah, righto. Good to see you, broski. Oh, it's a 7V, not a 7VL. You're right. The 7VL has, oh, God, I don't even know how to describe it. Then we have the marksman. Depso is a man of sheer focus and commitment. But he can't seem to find anything at the moment. So yeah, this is just going to stall the infantry maneuvering even more. We're seeing Echo blitz out here. They might think that the Bradleys moved. BMP firing. No KIA inside. Echo's marauding around. They are the MAT team. They could very well drive up and blitz the vehicle. I can't tell if the turret's damaged or not, or if Steve is just whiplashed back here. Other Bradley's pulled up. It annihilates one of the UAZs, and that was the MAT gunner, Korvac. So now OPFOR has no access to medium anti-tank because the other Bradley was covering the far flank of the previous Bradley there. And now you got both BMPs in the zone, both Bradleys in the zone. I wonder where Blue 4 MAT is and if there will be any assistance. Bradley pushes up, takes fire from that BMP. But the armor of that Bradley is way too thick. But the other Bradley starts getting engaged as well. It changes textures. Gun and the hull have taken significant damage. They're going to try to pull behind that house. So he had the commander and the gunner get out. Driver now maneuvering it. That Bradley's going to take a hot second to repair. We got to see if there's any capability. We could have Depso snipe him out. He snipes the driver. Could still wake back up. Great shot, though. He's going for some double taps and some penetration through that fence. That is potentially one of the Bradleys permanently out of action here. We have a rush play from Alpha. And an explosive charge is thrown, followed by a GL. Multiple units down. Charge goes off, gets eaten by the Bradley. Another explosive charge goes over. More explosives going over. You're going to see another set of casualties. Building goes down. More grenades going down as well. Absolutely brutal. Op 4 now pressing their attack. This is a 1-1-3. I'm sorry if I called it a Bradley, my bad. Grav throws an explosive satchel. Grav, you're dead. You just killed yourself with your own explosive satchel. Jesus Christ. So that's literally about a fourth to a fifth of Blue 4's infantry completely wiped. Oh, of course they shouldn't have, but this is Friday Night Fights. They do really silly stuff all the time. Depso pushing up. He's in a fight with 3 crewmen. Grenade gets thrown. It's going to go a little far. Still gets the knockout. Depso here's the frag. He's coming around. He's going to potentially catch that crewman out of position. He somehow... That was interesting. So they got the hull repaired on her.
Yep, I'm up.
Defso can hear his voice. Tier 1 player base? Nah. Wow. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting that to happen. Now it's a fight to see who wakes up first. Wrong button. Checking the map here. Both BMPs are still continuing to pull that Bradley up. They both wake up. And Depso quick draws him. Uh-oh. Oh, and he gets shot in the ass and dies. Damn. All right, how's the BMP up here? Looks like Echo has jumped in. They're trying to get ranging shots on the BMP back here. Shots coming in on the far left. They're trying to distract so the BMP, the Maz can range a shot on the BMP. Rest of Blue 4's infantry is starting to push Sector 2. That's a bigger chunk, though, but that is also the main chunk. They might have to get a little closer, but now they're taking some MG fire. Looking back here, the main fight coming in. Blue 4 attacking with a good advantage, but there is a little bit of a dip that they have to push through. Op 4 had a defender up here. He gets taken out. That was... Okay, so Nemesis and Bayant have died back here. I don't know what this was about, because this is far back from the front line. So I guess they blew a building up and died. That was Kermit that died on the front over there. You hear the autocannon firing out. And the Bradley's basically drawing fire as Echo gets closer. Bradley did find an angle, though. BMP, I'm seeing some movement around it. And you can see they pretty much abandoned the BMP because of that incoming fire. Meanwhile, the rest of this Blue 4 element, these are only 3-man Vics, so I'm assuming they're going to come around and try to get the other sector. in the meantime, because they only have 4 people on them. Ooh, a little messy there. But the bulk of Blue 4's force still trying to push this area, and they're taking some pretty heavy casualties. See Op Force patrolling their space, and they're picking off any Blue 4 guys that come up. Hear that Bradley coming in. Dart! Oh! Takes a GL to the face before he can stop it. Attackers now have a number advantage in the sector itself because it's only Vagrant in there. That could force an Op 4 route. Dart wakes back up, though, and it stops the timer because only 2 Blue 4 are in. You got Solomon running around. He's got a Blue 4 right in front of him, though. He's prepping that AT. It's a little early. But he's about to get killed by Stark here. And, yeah, Stark ends up getting his bullets caught in textures, and he goes up, and then Solomon's had no right to win that fight, but hey, Arma be Arma. Ooh, I would be salty about that one, Chief. Bradley and BMP now going opposites here. Funny how the BMP is coming in to try to flank the Bradley as the Bradley's going around to flank the BMP. And they end up missing each other. You are right, Blue 4 Command is pushing Op 4 Command. Vagrant on no kills, Ben on 2. We're about to see the 15 minutes warning get called here, and there it is. And again, the really scary part is that Op 4 still has a whole squad garrison on that northern sector. Some fire coming in, really great grenade prediction there. I don't think it's gonna catch anyone. Benby, look at this flank. Is Vagrant gonna hear him over the BMP's engine though? I have no idea how Ben just survived that headshot there and took that guy out. That's, with a 249, he had no right to win that fight, but damn. Arma be Arma. Autocannon Vics are engaging each other. Vagrant runs around and gets the kill. Waldo runs up and double taps. And this is GG for Blue 4 at this point. Yeah, we've got the fact that one of the BMPs just got annihilated in the open here. That's cooking off, but BMPs would still need to push into the area and, you know, fight the infantry. Or Bradley's, excuse me. Final Blue 4 infantry in Sector 2 gets taken out, so... Got Meerkat staying low. He does have the RPG at his feet, though. He needs to loot it. He's got a chance. He needs to loot it. He's trying. Now he just has to get up. This is going to be a tough shot to make. He gets the hit. Unfortunately, it's a Bradley, and it does not care. Yeah. Anyway. 13 minutes left on the clock. There's 4 dudes up here. They might push in on foot, but again, Delta has the medium machine guns with the PKMs, so... This is GG. All the Bradleys can do is harass. then you got Echo running up to try to take that mat weapon. At this point, I mean, Meerkat here doesn't even expect to be engaged, so that infantry on his 6 is going to really surprise him. He doesn't really have any defense against it, though. Definitely sticking out like a sore thumb in the open field here. Ooh, another RPG hit, and that's actually cooking off the Bradley because it did take an RPG hit earlier, too. And if you get 2, we could see that flame out. Oh, I mean, Meaty made on 8 kills, though. That's pretty impressive, but yeah. Stop, drop, and roll doesn't work anymore, unfortunately. You have to pat yourself down. Anyway, the screams, the terrible screams. Yeah, Blue 4 doesn't really have any. They've got another BMP, and it's a bit of nonsense. We had another RPG go out. Unsure if it got the hit. Hear the Humvee, buddy? Oh, he's bandaging himself. Might have hurt himself there. We've got one of the Charlie Vics that pulled up. They've got a wounded guy in one of their Vics. Okay, no, he's just taking care of him behind a hay bale. They must have left the Vics behind, and I don't know why you were moving through. Okay, whatever, it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter. There's a freaking PKM gunner up here, and as soon as that smoke runs out, they're kind of in trouble anyway.
Chest twice with M14.
Oh, look, Dream's here. He stole a Mark 14. 9 minutes remaining. Echo is no choice but to play his infantry to come in. AT4 goes in from Baller Deluxe, but Baller Deluxe just bitch slaps it back. Explosive charge trying to go on the Vic, but it ends up blowing off their own cover. Steve. All right, Cullish just got picked off by a marksman, so he falls off the building. Steve is in the Bradley, Sparkle. Ain't that something? And it's your Steve, too, because it has the double D. Solomon screams after that one. He's found some explosive satchels and he's trying to walk them in, but they're just not working. 8 minutes remain. These chuckleheads do the farthest dismount ever. At this point, with 8 minutes left, you have to kind of drive on the edge of the town and immediately rush in, because if you drive on the far edge, sure, you might get Sector 1, but you're going to run out of time before you get to Sector 2, so there's not really much you can do at that point. Only your Steve would have the double D. God, and I read it in your voice, too. Ain't that something? Hope you have fun with Grounded tonight. But just look at all the skulls. AT hits the rear, and she starts cooking. Now we might see it flame out, and there's a satchel. And she's brought down. We'll see, Sparkles. If you're still going after I'm streaming DayZ, I might jump in. I told you I had DayZ tonight. I gotta make money. Yeah, Blue 4 again, they only captured the empty sector. You still got some players trying to come in. Echo. I'm waiting for Finn to get Hillary Clinton here. There it is. A little messy, but it got the job done. 6 minutes remain. Final hopes rest on the infantry over here because I think Malin just got the flanking kill on the one Blue 4 right there. So scrolling now, it's literally just up to Echo, and there's only 4 of them. Op 4 have... doing a head count. Have 11. Well, I mean, yeah, if you have the medium anti-tank weapon, you might as well use it to take out infantry at this point. So even if Blue 4 win the fight, go to Sector 1, there's no way they have the time to actually get to Sector 2 at this point. So this is GG. I know, right? Heckin' money. And no, Sparkle. No, I am not. But yeah, this is going to be an Op 4 victory by proxy. Well, yeah. Gonna take a quick break, have a cookie, enjoy life, and then we'll be back at 7 for DayZ. Who came up here? Cats. I love how Brixie just has the Moz loaded. I'm gonna laugh if he actually double taps him with it. Come on, Brixie. Oh no, he sees someone. Oh, this is rich. First shot. First freaking shot. Bradley's got the BMPs, and then both Bradleys got killed by light anti-tank. 4 minutes. GLs coming in as flares means that Op 4 GL gunners are out of ammo. Cat's running around the line, trying to work some grenades up. Might actually get some. He gets some wounds, but that's it. Cat's coming around, being aggressive. He has no reason to loop back. Oh, Cat's ran out of ammo for the MG. He switches back. Tosses a grenade in the trash can. He's taking flanking fire, and that is by Dream. And Lurch gets knocked out from that fire. And now we're just down to 2. Nope, nope, Lurch wakes back up. I reverse caster cursed at him. Moz round, I have no idea where that went. I heard it whistle out, and that was it.
The northwest building from where I was.
Azariah and Malin now pushing out to try to clean up. Just got the knockout shot on Morgan. And I'm hearing some distant 50 cal fire. I don't know for what. Yeah, they're just randomly firing it out to the north. That's cute. asking an obvious question there. Watts, I think he heard the footsteps in the door. He's opting to bypass. That spots him though and takes him out with a headshot from the PKM. That's panic firing, putting rounds on Lurch, making him full to cover because he had limited ammo. Ah, Lurch putting on his desync drive. The funny thing is, he could still run in and take the sector. Because there's no one in the sector. Oh my god, Lurch. Lurch could do it. Come on, Lurch. Oh, he looks a little worried. There's 44 seconds on the clock. He could do it. He could make it. Oh my god, if he just goes to the other side. Sector 1 being captured. Unfortunately, it takes 90 seconds to take the sector. And there's still one whole sector over here to take. Ladies and gentlemen, that's GG. And just as that happens, Op4 pushes in the Sector 1 to stop Lurch from doing it. And now Lurch is boxed in. 10 seconds left on the clock, and that is going to be it. We'll be back at 7 o'clock in an hour and 40 minutes for some DayZ. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one.